Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy CrispPurpose back at it again with another Gems of War World Event Team video for you guys. Now, in this one, we have the Secondhand Books World Event this week focused on the Kingdom of Midnight. So, let's take a look at what is important here. So, we're going to be taking a look at about 3 teams for this. Of course, a team or two for the world event, a team for the UNDERSPIRE. But before then, let's take a look at the lore. The Midnight Innovators were trying to piece together a book about a cursed ancient god, but its pages were guarded by eldritch daemons. Fight daemons and collect pages to recreate the book. So that's the aim here, get as much pages as possible. That's why we're going to segue into the scoring for this world event. Now, let's take a look at it here. There are 6 battles that players can encounter during the event: Ancient Horror, Ishben, Eldritch Minion, Moloch, Narmel, and Vashtagon. The event has 3 phases. Phase 1. The first battles are the only available battles to play and have an equal chance of appearing. Players will need to win 15 battles here to progress to the next phase. Phase 2. The first 5 battles are the only battles to play and have an equal chance of appearing. Players will need to win 15 battles here to progress to the next phase. Phase 3, all 6 battles are now available. Now here's the scoring. Ancient Horror, 4 pages. Isben, 8 pages. Eldritch Minion, 8 pages. Moloch, 12 pages. Narmel, 12 pages. Vashtagon, 20 pages. Each page is worth 2 points. As the battles get harder, they will also increase the amount of pages they give by 25%. So that's basically it there. You want to focus on getting those Vashtagon battles as much as possible. Take either Moloch or Narmel. So this is a simple rarity order here. Just avoid those ancient horror battles as much as possible and go for the higher rarity ones. You should be fine. And once again, if you're getting a consistent type of battle, you want to stick with that one so you get more pages from those battles. Now, one important thing to take note of is the medal for this event. This is a spell damage medal, 160% to spell damage for all troops in this event. So, focus on the spell damage team. Do not make a skull damage team for this one. Now, let's segue into the teams. They'll be right up right after this. And this is the first team for this Secondhand Books World event. The Haunted Doll is going to be at the top of this team. This is a construct / mystic troop from the Kingdom of Midnight with a 16 mana cost. This was the holiday event, I think, recently. Holiday event legendary troop, I should say. The spell Come to Life will explode magic +1 purple gems. Then it will heal to full and inflict terror on all enemies. Terror is very powerful because it can proc first turn, having all the enemies just run away, and is very, very good. The final trait is good as well for a troop that's going to be in the first slot. Don't blink, so 45% chance to dodge skull damage. So it just completely dodges it, can't get hit. So that's really cool. It has spell damage reduction as well. As you can see on the left, I have the Potion of Enchantment, Potion of Explosion, Potion of Rejuvenation, and the Potion of Armor, along with the Potion of Blessing. And I have 2 badges and 1 medal attached right now. I think as the rewards come in, I'll get 2 medals or maybe 3 medals on this one and be able to blow to this event very, very easily. Then this is going to be the weapon of choice for the hero. The Temporal Sight is a damage to all weapon, which is a sight from Midnight. The cool thing about it is that the weapon can give you an extra turn if indeed it converts all those red gems to hourglass gems. Hourglass gems, of course, are yellow gems that shape like hourglasses that when you explode them, destroy them, or match these gems, they will give you an extra turn regardless of if you're frozen or not, right? So it's really, really cool. Class, of course, is Geomancer. Why? Because, of course, the Haunted Doll is a construct, and the Geomancer class gives all constructs a 50% mana start with that infused stone final trait. Then the Void Dragon is going to be on this first team. This is a great troop here to see at the back. In the third slot, I should say, that deals AoE damage that can loop nicely. If indeed, as the battles progress, you can move this up into the second slot and you'll be fine. The final trait on this, the Void Spirit, is very good. It gives all purple allies 2 magic, so it will give my weapon, which is from the hero, 2 magic, which is really, really cool. And of course, it creates 9 to 13 purple gems. Then the Midnight King is going to be on this team as well. This troop is here simply because of the storm. I want to have that Dark Storm at the start of battle, which will allow my troops to get spell ready really fast. And it also has that final trait, the Royal Fury, which is giving 3 attack to all mystic allies when matching matching purple gems, of course. So the haunted doll could make use of this. So that's the main reason that is there. The banner on this first team is the Fanged banner from the Poison Fangs War Bands. It's a +2 on purple, +1 on brown. And we're minusing yellow. No troop on the team uses that mana color. So yeah, that's the first team for the secondhand books world event. Let's see how it works out. I get a little explosion going, and of course you want to match this. Then you go for the explosions here from the haunted doll. Quick wiping at the enemy team very, very fast. There are 2 other options for damage dealers in this kingdom that I'm gonna switch off and put on to this team so you guys can't see it. But we're gonna do one more fight here, then I'm gonna switch that out. Cam is sitting down right beside me right now. She looks like she's mad tired. You want to sleep? Huh? You look tired, baby girl. All right, so there you go. You see how easy that is? Really, really fast. World events are some of the easier events to participate in, and it's really, really cool. Of course, as I said before, we have the calendar, the July calendar available. So we're going to be taking a look at that at the end of this video, along with the campaign. There's been some refreshing changes to the campaign. We want to see what the mythic looks like, the weapon, and exactly what we're going to be getting for the campaign. So that is the first team right there. The second team is going to be following up right after this. And this is the second team for this secondhand books world event. The Archdruid Blackwood is going to be on this team. This is a campaign mythic from a couple campaigns ago. That is really cool to use in this event. Why? Because of its Ritual of Decay spell. It deals true damage to all enemies boosted by entangled gems, and it diseases all those enemies. The druid is also impervious. It has as well Nature's Pact, a 25% chance to summon a Dryad on death, and it has Creeping Vines. It will create 2 entangled gems when my turn begins. This is going to be a really cool troop to have. If you have multiples of this on your in your inventory as well, you can probably take off the Midnight King on this team and put on another copy of the Archdruid, and he will be great. He will work really, really well in generating mana and keeping the enemy troops entangled as you progress. Then the weapon is changed as well. We're using the Hands of Time. This is a great weapon. It's actually one of the few weapons in the game that has quick in the weapon upgrades. As you can see to the right here, quick, you gain an extra turn when you cast this weapon. So you can use that to match gems and do whatever you want, match skulls, and it will work out very nicely for you with this one. The Midnight King, as I said before, still on this team. And of course, the main generator here is the Haunted Doll at the top of the team because it's a construct. The class is the same with the Geomancer class. Let's hop into another fight in the second-hand books world event. All right, let's see what we got here. You see, true damage, bang. And you always want to use true damage when you have a spell damage medal because you know what I mean? It's true damage. You hit directly to the enemy HP here, um, which allows you to just do what you need to and blow through the event really, really fast. As you can see how easy that was. The true damaging team as well will go much further than the normal damaging teams because true damage is the best, man. True damage is always what you want to do. As I said before, if you want to take off Archdruid and use, for example, a more fancy option, which is, let's see here, um, the immortal Ossifer troop, right? The immortal from this kingdom. You can use him as well, but of course you have to keep in mind that he has a much higher mana cost in comparison to the other options, higher than the Void Dragon, higher than Archdruid Blackwood, and of course, way higher than the Temporal Scythe. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a slower team because of that high mana cost, but of course, Why not use an immortal when you have the opportunity to? You know what I mean? He's a great option. The team for the UNDERSPIRE is going to be following up right after this. So the team for the Underspire is going to be very similar to the ones used for the World event. Why? Because they're just great teams, right? So the Haunted Doll is going to be back at the front of this team, exploding purple gems. Then we decided to put the Void Dragon in the second slot here because the Underspire is not going to have the Potion of Enchantment and the explosions and all that stuff. So as a result, getting something that will loop is going to be great for you in the on this fire. Then the hands off time is going to be back on this one because you gain an extra turn, and it's going to be really good at just clearing up whatever is left after the Void Dragon makes its first or second cast. And if it doesn't loop, this is going to be great. The class once again is a Geomancer class, so as to give my Haunted Dollar 50% mana start. I don't remember if I showcase exactly what is the setup for my talents in the class, but I have Impact Set, Hammer Mastery, Anti Magic Sphere, Tactician, Mentor, Arcane Surge. That's going to be really good, gaining bonus purple mana from purple gem matches, and of course, Fortitude for the final talent. Then, of course, the Midnight King is going to be at the back of the team for the ability to resummon something. That's going to be really, really good, just in case we have a really bad RNG. And of course, we have it there for the first and final traits on this troop. The banner here is somewhat changed though. We're using the Riven banner from the Primal Rift factions. This is a +2/+1 purple, +1 on green. They are minusing red because only the Midnight King uses red mana, and we are not going to be casting him. He'll get mana otherwise from just cascades or whatever. All right, let's hop into a fight here in the Underspire and see how quickly we can dispatch these enemy troops. All right, so first assignment, of course, always is to get mana to the Haunted Doll, and then you just explode those gems as fast as possible. There we go. We have everybody, um, terrified there, and that look how easy that was. That's so fast, man. You can blow through your On This Fire this week with no problems because there's a plethora of options for you. You know what I mean? You have Ossifer and many other great troops available to you, so you should do fine, right? I don't think anyone should be struggling with the On This Fire battle this week. It should be no problem whatsoever. All right, see, we can use this. Yeah, see what I meant? The Hands of Time is a great weapon so as to just dispatch the enemy troops. And yeah, that is it for the Underspire. We're not going to go through these fights too many times. It should be really, really easy for you. The July calendar is going to be following up right after this. And this is the calendar for the month of July, man. So, right at the start, as you guys can see, we have the start of a brand new campaign here, which is really, really cool. First event, of course, is the one we're going through right now for the Kingdom of Midnight. Following up on Tuesday, we have a Nightmare Circus faction assault. Pretty good faction, not very hard to be honest, not very hard, pretty easy. On Wednesday, we have a new pet, so look out for that. This is an interesting one. I don't remember the name of the pet, but we have a new pet coming in. And then on Thursday, we have the Night Weaver class event. Should blow through that one really, really fast. And then on Friday, we have a new mythic. I don't know exactly what the mythic is as of yet. I don't see anything on the spoilers on Terraminium. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything special there. But of course, on the weekend, starting Friday, we're going to be having a vault event, baby. So make sure you have some time so as to grind out some vault keys, some epic vault keys, and plenty of verses in the vault event. Remember as well to check out the video that I posted on the channel for that really good underworld strategy so as to get a plethora of verses for your vault event so you can run those and get as much Nomapaloozas in as possible. Then on the week of the 7th, starting the 7th, we have an invasion for Shentang. That's going to be a pretty interesting week. One of my favorite kingdoms in the in Gems of War, right? Right, Cam? Really, really cool kingdom. Then we have Lyreza's Lair as the faction assault on the 8th, which is Tuesday. One of the more difficult factions. So if you guys can, do that one, it's going to be really, really good for you. Not an easy faction to take on by itself. Wednesday we have a pet rescue. Then Thursday we have the monk class event, and then we have bounty on the weekend. Bounty, not so excited about. Very, very the same every single week. Hopefully there is something on the horizon for bounty events. Devs should be working on something, hopefully. Then on the week of the 14th, we have the Tower of Doom event. All right. Tower of Doom, Zul'Kari is the kingdom for the week. Eldrazi Faction Assault on Tuesday, Pet Rescue on Wednesday, and of course the Orb Weaver class event. And then on the weekend, we have Guild Wars. Man, let's see if we can whoop some ass for that upcoming Guild Wars event. I think the Guild Wars is going to be focused on the Kingdom of the Blighted Land. So there's a heavy um, daemon restriction for that event. It's not necessarily daemon, but there's a lot of daemons there. There are some pretty interesting teams. When that week rolls around, look out for a video from me covering all the teams for Guild Wars. I don't think I'm going to be looking at any defensive options, but definitely I'm going to be looking at some attack options for Guild Wars. So look out for that video. Then the week of the 21st, we're going to be having a raid boss event. The kingdom for that week is going to be Adana. What does that mean? For Adana week, you need to look out for Iron Hawk. You know what I mean? Iron Hawk is going to be available in event keys when the Adana week rolls around. So if you are saving up your event keys, keep on doing so, man. In this month, you're going to have an opportunity to grab one of the best mythics in the game, if not the best mythic in the game when it comes on to a resource gaining standpoint. It is really, really good. Tinkertown Faction Assault on Tuesday, one of the more annoying factions to play through. So see if you can get that done. Pet Rescue on the Wednesday, which is the 23rd. 24th, we have a Mechanist class event. And then the weekend is going to be a faction expansion. I think this faction expansion should be for the Fire Rift faction, which is associated to the Broken Spire Kingdom. So that is a good one to get done. One of the better factions in the game, not super hard. So if you haven't gotten to it yet, stick around, try and get that one done on the weekend. That's going to be the 25th to the 27th of July. Then at the end of the month, on the 28th, we have a White Helm week. It is a journey event as well on that week. That's going to be pretty cool. Like to see journey events popping around. They're not as difficult as they were back in the day. Much easier now. Guilds are able to complete them, get all their rewards, and then move on. That's going to be pretty cool. We have the Hall of Guardians faction assault on the 29th, and then a pest rescue on the 30th. And then the 31st, we have the Priest Hero class event. That's going to be pretty good. And yeah, that is the end of that um, calendar for the month of July. It looked like a pretty decent calendar, not over the top. Hopefully, we get some updates somewhere there in that month. I'm not sure if it will happen, but I'm excited for whatever takes place. Now, one of the things we really want to take a look at while we're here is the campaigns. As you can see, the campaign received a decent refresh, right? Of course, they made some adjustments in how it worked and how it looks, which is nice. We always want to see it. But the most important thing for campaigns is the mythic. What does the mythic do? Let's take a look at it. So the new mythic, Gormungandor, is that how you pronounce his name? Gormungandor is a divine monster from the kingdom of Zoom. 22 mana cost of green, yellow, and brown. Spell is Coils of Eternity. It will deal damage to an enemy boosted by cursed gems. If the enemy dies, it will eliminate all armor from all other enemies. Then it will bless and enchant myself. That's pretty interesting, right? So it deals a pretty decent amount. I think that's magic times two plus what? Magic times two plus 12 damage. Not bad. Right? Magic times two plus 12. That's not bad. That's a decent amount of damage. I'm not gonna lie. It's like an assassin type, but the fact that it needs to procure a kill so as to do the second half of the spell, which is the armor tier, is kind of concerning, right? Because a similar troop to this one is Megavore. And Megavore requires no kill. There's no condition to the armor tier. When it casts, it tears the armor regardless. The full armor tier, causing the damage to be true damage when it comes down to Megavore. But this new mythic troop requires a kill so as to do the armor tier. Very sad. But though there is an upside to this. This troop, I think, has the ability to become shiny. This is the first mythic that you're able to shiny in Gems of War. So that could change for the spell. I don't know how much it will change. I'm hoping that eliminate armor Does not require a kill when it is shiny, but I don't know it yet. So let's see when we get that done. This might be the first campaign in which I'll go for the extra pass. I think that's called the Elite Pass Plus or something like that. This might be the first one. The traits are mediocre. The final trait, Cursed God, is a uh, creation of 2 curse gems when my turn begins. Multiples of the troop could give you a decent motion somewhat on the board, but overall it's not that good. Let's see what the weapon does in this one. So this is the pet for the campaign. Pretty good. Knots is the name of the pet, I should say, and it's just a cosmetic pet, so nothing special there. Um, let's see if I can find that troop. So I think this is what I'm talking about. You have the ability to shiny. What is this? Is this a portrait? Okay. All right. So the elite pass. I want to see exactly what the weapon is. What is this weapon? Deals damage to an enemy boosted by cursed gems. If they are poisoned, double damage, then poison them. Uh, nah. The singular hitting weapon, not the best. Very, very underwhelming. Very, very underwhelming. Right. So that is one weapon. Is there other weapons here in this? Nah, 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 nah. So there's some decent stuff there. Couple of books. Green books are great. Green books are great. I want to make that point. Green books are great. So we have green books on this campaign. King of Runes is the new tarot card. Gives armor to all allies. Okay, that's fine. Nothing special there. Keep it moving. And there is the mythic. You're going to be picking that up pretty deep. And as I said before, you're able to shiny the troop, but we cannot see what that shiny spell is as of yet. So we're gonna have to wait um, for that week to roll around. And there is a lot of tokens for this shiny tokens for this mythic in this campaign. There's a lot. There's a lot. A lot of Dragonite as well. So that's some positive for the campaign, man. I kind of like to see it. Pretty cool. How much magic do we get in this? How much magic? How much magic? Only 2 magic in this campaign, man. Come on. Come on, bro. What the hell? What are you talking about? There's only 2 magic, man. We need more magic than that, man. So yeah, that is it for this video, man. If you guys and gals found this informative and helpful, be sure to smash the like button, comment to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.